Hi folks, Slick Slices here. This is a response to Paddy's Magnificent 7 open tag, and he pulled out 7 knives that were Roughrider or knives of that ilk. So I think he had one Queen City in there, a couple of Roughrider reserves, and the rest were straight Roughriders. I don't have any Queen City knives, but I do have a couple of Marbles knives, so I've put one of the Marbles ones in here. Again, this is now a Smoky Mountain Knife Works owned brand, made in the same factory in China. So I've pulled out 7 slightly unusual Roughriders. I mean, I could have pulled out, you know, the traditional a stockman and a trapper and a copperhead and so on, and a barlow, work my way through the patterns. But I just thought for a wee bit of a change, I would pull out 7 slightly more unusual ones. So in no particular order, but I'll start at one end. This is the Roughrider Micato work knife. Now this particular example was sent to me by Big Red, Jody Besant of Big Red EDC, and he sent this to me for no particular reason. He just asked me if I'd like it, and I said yes. Now I have the earlier version as well, which Tobias gave me. This will sound like I've been given all of these, and in some ways I probably was. But this is a great knife, and it was a real step forward for Roughrider. It kind of, I think, predates the Roughrider reserves, and this is only a £25 knife, and it is still just 440A, but it's really, really well made. And funnily enough, the black one, which is the first model, was good. I mean, really good. And I only realised it had any flaws at all when this one came out, and it was completely flawless. It's just so nicely put together. Absolutely perfect fit and finish. It's got good thick liners to it, good solid micarta handles, and a really great Wharncliffe blade shape, which just makes it a really practical user knife. It's one of those knives where we're at this position where I would really like to see people make traditional knives, but just upgrade the steel a little bit. And I'm not looking for super steels. 440C would be perfectly adequate. Right, the next one. Well, this is where we're going to marbles. I could have pulled out a large toothpick from Roughrider. I have a couple of those as well. But this is my favourite of my large toothpicks. Partly because it's ram's horn. Plus it's also relatively easy to open. It doesn't have quite such a marked swedge on it, so it's relatively easy to open. It's very long too. Look, it doesn't fit in the frame. I need to position it somehow. This is just a really nice pattern. I like the large toothpicks. I like the large, we'll come to it in a minute, I like the large barlows. And this was just a nice one. Now, this one was sent to me by Tobias. That's where that one came from. He sent me that, and he also sent me the Captain Coon, is it called? Yeah, I think Captain Coon. American made one, and the American made one is nowhere near as well made as the Chinese ones. Right, next one. This was one of my subs gave me this one. Well, I have 3 of the large cotton samplers. 2 were given to me by my daughter, and then this one was given to me by one of my subs, and I can't remember who it was. Somebody said he didn't like it, and he sent it to me. I put a nice mirror edge on it, so it's very, very sharp. I quite like this. It really is like a little pocket scalpel. It's a good size knife, because I've got quite large hands, so this one's it's quite good in the hand, but it's still unquestionably less than a 3-inch cutting edge, less than a 3-inch blade. This part of this blank part before the edge starts is the sort of thing that could cause questions, but it's still quite comfortably well within 3 inches even from here, so it's irrelevant. It's not something we have to worry about. Now this one, Actually, again, funnily enough, this was Tobias sent me this one as well. This is the dog bone jack. Which, funnily enough, it's called the dog bone jack, but it's really a penknife rather than a jackknife because you've got one blade at each end. Obviously, it's a sort of a dog bone shaped handle, and it always has the dog bone shield on it, which is quite nice. And again, I say it's a Roughrider, so you've got a pen blade at one end, a spear blade at one end, and if I can do this without cutting myself, that would be good. Somebody made a comment they'd never seen anybody find so difficult to open a knife. Well, there you are. My fingers don't work. So and then you've got to say a pen blade at the other end, although it's really an eraser blade, which is really a small spade blade, but it looks like an eraser blade. So this is like the office knife pattern of blades, but with this bone-shaped handle and the dog bone shield. This is available in this tobacco bone, and I think there's another finish which I think is a saw cut finish, and it comes with a little dog whistle which works, and that'll probably bring my dogs running. So, oh, here they come. Sorry, I banged the camera, not them. Here they came, took one look and ran away again. Right, that makes sense. And here we are. We have, now I really like these. I've got 3, I think, of them now. It's large, or Granddaddy Barlow. Not the best action in the world, it's a bit soft, but it's relatively easy to open, unlike some of the large toothpicks which I struggle with. Oh, again, it's too long, not going to fit in the picture. Let me turn the camera and turn it around. This is just, it's a big knife. I mean, compared to a standard Barlow, and I suppose I should have pulled out a Roughrider, but I just happened to have open on my desk. Wasn't open, but it is now. The standard Barlow. So you can see the difference. It's much bigger. These are these are a 4-inch blade and a 5-inch handle, but it's about the same size as the large toothpick. Yeah, the blade of the toothpick might be a touch longer, and possibly even a touch longer than the handle, but they're both 5-inch and 4-inch, give or take a. Whoop, and he bashes the camera again. Yep, it's not a very good camera arrangement, this. It's one of these things that's quick to set up, but just isn't very solid. So, and now if that was long, I just need to push these out of the way a bit. There isn't enough room. This is a very unusual one. It is a Roughrider. It's got the double R on there. No bolsters, so no need for the horrendous R that we have on some of these. But this is an open razor. Now, I did try using it as an open razor, but honestly, it's a wee bit, that blade's a bit heavy for proper razor duty. I mean, it would probably work, but bearing in mind my hands and the fact I don't really want to slit my own throat, it's probably not desperately practical. But it certainly wasn't hair shaving sharp out the box. But it is a hollow ground blade, and you could probably sharpen it up, and if you really wanted to, you could probably use it as a razor. I just have it as a thing for my collection. I'm not going to actually use it. But then finally, here is a very practical knife, and this is it's called the chef or the sous chef or something. I think, I can't really remember. But this is a lock back. Again, very large. Bigger, I think, than a toothpick or a. Yeah, it's longer than the toothpick or the Granddaddy Barlow, and it's effectively a Santoku knife in a folding form, and this actually does make quite a good cooking knife. Again, it's just 440A, so it's not it's nothing spectacular, but at least it is rust proof. You've got a G10 handle, which is quite good if you're wanting to wash it and things. You don't have to worry about wood swelling or anything like that. The action on it is pretty good. It's thin and slicey, and actually makes a good kitchen knife. So I have good kitchen knives, so I don't really use it all the time, but it's one of those things that's quite fun to just drag out just for the sake of it. So there we are, that's my 7. My Carter work knife, the large cotton sampler, the dog bone jack, large toothpick, 5-inch toothpick, the Grandaddy Barlow, 5-inch Grandaddy Barlow, the I think it's called the sous chef actually, but why it would be a sous chef and not a chef, I don't know. But anyway, it's a lockback Santoku folding knife, and the Roughrider buckshot bone razor, which I kind of wish, one, it was a bit better of a razor, and 2, I was a bit better of a shaver, because I generally use double-edged safety razors, and I keep promising myself that one day I'll do a video on double-edged safety razors, because I've got a few kind of nice ones from so classic Gillettes, the very famous Gillette Fat Boy, the Gillette Slim, which featured in the film Goldfinger. They did a limited edition gold version based on the Goldfinger film, but the one that James Bond had his little mini transponder hidden in was a slim just like this. This one's from 1966, which is the year I was born. And then I have an earlier one, which is a flare tip. So these are what I actually use to shave with. I'm currently using a feather razor from Japan, which is absolutely top-notch stuff, but it's through in the bathroom and I haven't got it here. But I would quite like to have used something like this. I do have a couple of genuine cutthroat razors, but I don't use them. Anyway, there's my magnificent 7. Taking longer than I thought. If you like the stuff, please give it a thumbs up, and if you would like to see more, please remember to subscribe and ring the notifications bell if you want to hear when there are videos coming out. Thank you very much. Bye.